I get confused sometimes at my doctor's appointments when my doctor uses words that I don't understand. So I'm glad that you're helping me. And I'm really glad that we found out about supported decision-making agreements so that you can come to my doctor's appointments and get information from my doctors. I can't believe we didn't have to use a lawyer.
Oh, I'm really glad too. It was pretty easy, wasn't it? All we had to do was figure out the ways in which you want help. Sign a Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, release of information form, in front of a notary public or to adult witnesses, and provide your doctors with copies of the signed form.
This video is brought to you by the Council for Court Excellence. In this video, we will be discussing supported decision-making agreements, one of the most basic tools available to all adults in the district who may require additional support when making decisions regarding difficult life choices. Keep in mind that these tools are for adults in DC. There is no one-size-fits-all model, so the example in this video is not the only way to use a supported decision-making agreement. Please be sure to watch until the end of this video for important resources and tools.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. So now, thanks to your help, when I leave my doctor's appointments, I feel more informed about my health and about the decisions that I need to make to manage my diabetes.
Tom has a learning disability and often finds the medical terms doctors use confusing. Together with his half-sister Kiki, they have set up a supported decision-making agreement to help Tom figure out how to manage his new diabetes diagnosis, follow his doctor's recommendations about his diet, and take his medications properly. Let's talk through how they created this supported decision-making agreement together. As Kiki stated, you don't need a lawyer to create a supported decision-making agreement. And having a supported decision-making agreement will not keep you from making your own decisions. A supporter simply assists the person requesting help, and you can have multiple supporters. When choosing the level of support needed, you should always select in a manner that is least restrictive to your personal autonomy first. If you're thinking of creating a supported decision-making agreement, then you should first determine what types of decisions you require help with and what kind of help would be useful to you. Tom needs Kiki for healthcare decisions, but they could also set up an agreement for financial or educational decisions if Tom decides he needs help in those areas. Next, consider who would be a good supporter and how they would help with decisions. In order to be a supporter under a written supported decision-making agreement for medical, financial, and other matters, DC law has several requirements, which we will discuss momentarily. Finally, it is important to put a supported decision-making agreement in writing so that there's no confusion and everyone is aware of its existence. Be sure to have an agreement signed in front of a notary public or two adult witnesses. You can also cancel or change your agreements at any time. Check out the link to the guide and supported decision-making forms in the description box below. In order to be a supporter under a written supported decision-making agreement for medical, financial, and other matters, DC law has several requirements. First, only relatives can provide physical, mental, or behavioral health care or disability services or work for a government agency that is responsible for paying for care. Second, for agreements other than those focusing on an adult student's educational decisions, your supporter cannot have abused you, a child, elderly person, or someone with a disability. Your supporter also cannot have been convicted under certain criminal offenses within the last 7 years.
I wanted to be able to help my brother, and I'm glad we learned how to do it in a way that works for him. The supported decision-making agreement is simple and straightforward and easy for both of us to understand and use.
This video was brought to you by the Council for Court Excellence with support from the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. For more information on or to request copies of When Adults Need Help, please visit our website.